throwing the police and race relations under the bus.
Good evening, everybody. As all of you know, a few minutes ago, the grand jury deliberating the death of Michael Brown issued its decision. It's now come that either way was going to be subject of intense disagreement, not only in Ferguson, but across America. So I just want to say a few words suggesting how we might move forward. First and foremost, we are a nation built on the rule of law. And so we need to accept that this decision was the grand jury's to make. There are Americans who agree with it, and there are Americans who are deeply disappointed, even angry.
The president could have supported the work of the grand jury, those who stood forward and told honest testimony, the work of forensics that provided hard evidence, and our judicial system. But he took a different tack. He made it all about race and an oppressive police force.
As they do their jobs in the coming days, they need to work with the community, not against the community. And we need to recognize that the situation in Ferguson speaks to broader challenges that we still face as a nation. The fact is, in too many parts of this country, a deep distrust exists between law enforcement and communities of color. Some of this is the result of the legacy of racial discrimination in this country.
Are there things we can do? Can we fix this?
The good news is we know there are things we can do to help. And I've instructed Attorney General Holder to work with cities across the country to help build better relations between communities and law enforcement. That means working with law enforcement officials to make sure their ranks are representative of the communities they serve. It means working to train officials so that law enforcement conducts itself in a way that is fair to everybody. We need to recognize that this is not just an issue for Ferguson. This is an issue for America.
Haven't we come a long way? How bad are we?
There are issues in which the law too often feels as if it is being applied in a discriminatory fashion.
Things certainly aren't perfect in today's world, but are they really that bad? Do we really believe that 25 people on a grand jury would allow the unnecessary murder of a young black man? I don't think so. Yes, there are bigots and racists today. They still exist, but I think we as a nation, as a whole, are much more tolerant of race, much more open, and I really believe in people's hearts they want to accept people of other races. I believe statements made by President Obama and others have only made race relations much worse than what they really are, or what they really were. I believe it's necessary for this country to ensure that its judicial system works, and that we have to support it and believe in it. Yes, we have to be on guard, we have to watch, we have to be vigilant to make sure that there aren't abuses, that people are being treated fair. But to say it feels that things aren't fair is wrong. My limited research into hate crimes and other social data certainly hasn't supported this. And today, we are in trouble. We have moved decades backwards in time to where race relations were unacceptable. I hope we can quickly recover and move forward.